Congratulations, you have successfully completed Module 3. For this last module, we will now show you how you're going to take all this newly learned information and put it into practice this year. Technology, and more specifically social media, has the potential to help us interact with a broader audience. Think of your own social media networks. How many followers do you have? How many friends are liking your posts? All of those people are not only interacting with your content, but they're also doing it within minutes of your posting. Digital advocacy allows us to meet people right where they are with our campaign messaging and further promote healthy behaviors. Since the public is becoming more aware of the importance of their health and spending more time online, digital advocacy provides us with the opportunity to have our campaign messaging reach thousands of people and grow our base of youth advocates and adult champions as allies. Throughout the year, youth members will lead and implement campaign digital opportunities that will consist of social media and online activities. The purpose of the opportunities is to gain and deepen supporters' engagement with and connection to the campaigns that lead to completed MOPs, furthering the campaign's effort towards policy change and adoption. Collecting MOPs helps to open the door for you to have conversations with your friends, family, and school and community members about the campaign and yield tangible results. They literally measure our progress. How exactly do they do that? 1, they tell us that someone actually interacted with the campaign. For example, we cannot show a conversation or a presentation as a MOP, as we are not sure if people listened or engaged with the information or even showed interest. But if they filled out a survey, we have tangible results to show that individuals interacted with the campaign. 2, they tell us the number of interactions we've had, as MOPs are something we can physically count, like a support card or a video testimonial. For every item we collect, it measures the amount of support we have and strengthens the campaign. This way, when youth leaders meet with KDMs, they can show quantifiable, tangible results that tons of people in their community all want the change we are working toward. This year, Y Street is collecting MOPs digitally, increasing our ability to collect data in a fast, reliable way. Each MOP has a URL and QR code that you should have received in your training instruction email. How will we know which MOPs were collected by you? Each Y Street member has their own unique Y Street member ID number. This ID number is unique to your profile and your information on our volunteer website, my.ystreet.org. There's a space at the bottom of every MOP for people in the community to fill in as they complete their survey. As we receive the surveys that you collect online, this number is what we use to give you credit for completion. You can find your Y Street member ID number in the training instructions email you should have received. Let's now talk about how to reach people. You may feel a little awkward, especially if this is your first time engaging others around initiatives and causes, but you'll get the hang of it in no time. There are many ways you can reach target audiences and spark a conversation. One easy way is tapping into your network of friends, family, peers, neighbors, and acquaintances. Talking to your contacts via text, email, direct message, and virtual classrooms are easy opportunities for you to rally people, collect surveys, and share and spread campaign information and updates. Here's a great example of a message you can send via text or email, or even over the phone, to start the conversation. Hey there! I'm working with Y Street, Virginia's largest youth-led activism movement. We're working on a campaign called Share the Air that's focused on encouraging outdoor community spaces to adopt tobacco-free policies. 90% of all nicotine addictions start when the user is introduced to tobacco products before they are 18 years old, and I'm trying to help prevent that. Do you have 3 minutes to fill out our online support card about why you support tobacco-free shared spaces? Here's my 5-digit ID number you will need to complete the support card. When you reach out, be sure to keep it brief and simple. You don't want to overwhelm people, but give them enough information so they know what the campaign is about and the ask. Using social media platforms to disseminate information about Y Street and our campaigns is an excellent way to gain support, amplify our messaging, and expand your reach. Let's dive into more details about various social media platforms so you can be effective and impactful in engaging people online. But first, are you following us yet? Take a minute to pull out your phone and follow Y Street. This way you don't miss any opportunities to tag, share, or comment on how much fun you're having with getting people to support our program and campaign efforts. There are many ways to get your message across and call your audience to action. One strategy we like to call piggybacking involves using popular users and hashtags and leveraging their built-in audience to spread your message. Another simple strategy is reposting strong content. Follow, subscribe, or like users that create relevant, engaging content, then simply share, repost, or retweet. You can also do storytelling. Using your personal testimony can empower others who feel the same way to speak up, show support, and take action. Each social media platform has a target audience as well as pros and cons. For this training, we will focus on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter, as well as Snapchat and TikTok, as Yst Training is constantly adapting to new trends in social media. So, let's go through a couple example posts and see what you should and shouldn't do. Here's a post from our Yst Training Instagram account. Take a few seconds to look at the image and text. Think about the components of this post that make it well crafted. This Insta describes a very specific event, World No Tobacco Day, and captures an image of our Yster, Genesis, from Greensville High School in Emporia, in a Share the Air branded t-shirt holding MOPs. The image is very eye-catching, and thus, people will immediately recognize what they are looking at. The text in the post is brief and tags Yst Training's partner organization, the Virginia Foundation for Healthy Youth. Also, there are a couple hashtags that make the post easier to search for and relevant to the topic of World No Tobacco Day. Here's a Twitter post from the Yst Training account. This post has a handful of great qualities, such as a high-resolution image of our Yst Training youth leadership team members actively engaged in a KDM meeting. Also, the message is very to the point, which allows your audience to understand the content easily. Lastly, you can see our partner organization being tagged once again. But this time, the delegate in the image is also tagged. This is a public way to thank KDMs and your local representatives for their time, showcase their support, and encourage others to join and partner with the campaign. Overall, the following are things you should consider when using social media for Yst Training engagement activities. Be creative and tell your story. Your words and experiences matter. Be succinct and clear. People spend seconds on posts, so keeping it brief and eye-catching is the way to increase views. Always edit for errors or typos. Your posts are a direct reflection of the campaigns and Yst Training program, so be meticulous. Make sure your posts are appropriate and high resolution. And lastly, make sure you are always tagging Yst Training and the Virginia Foundation for Healthy Youth. Never create your own social media accounts for the campaigns. You can use your personal pages to post content and reference the official campaign pages, but do not create your own social media accounts. All Yst Training campaigns have their own social media accounts. Therefore, you should use those official pages instead. Do not post messages with errors or incorrect information. Double check your messages to make sure posts do not have any misspellings and contain proper grammar. If you are unsure about the information you are presenting, reach out to your youth field organizer, or YFO, to help with fact-finding. We always want to make sure that the information we are posting is accurate, as it adds validity and credibility to our campaigns and the work that you do. Lastly, never engage with negative posts or comments about Yst Training or our campaigns. Yst Training promotes positivity and a healthy outlook on life, which should be reflected in your interactions. Most importantly, don't forget to add your own flair. Your generation was born with multiple social media platforms, and although you may not feel like it, you are a social media expert. You know your audience. They are your peers in your community. Therefore, you know the context and how to structure posts that catch the eye of your network. Campaign social media opportunities will be uploaded to MyDot, where you will read the instructions carefully to know which platforms you are allowed to use, which images you can choose from, and the messaging attached. Before you post campaign messages to your social media pages, you must obtain approval first from your YFO before they are pushed live, to ensure posts align with campaign messaging and yield a positive response. Before you send your posts for review and approval, double check for correct grammar and proper tagging of partner organizations. Once you have done a final lookover, take a screenshot of your draft post and send it to your YFO. So, what is your role? Your role as a Yster is to be Yst Training's representative for your school and community, implement campaign opportunities that lead to completed MOPs, working collaboratively with other Ysters across Virginia, and having fun while doing incredibly important work. It is important that you are communicative with your advisor, fellow Ysters in YSLT, and YFO, and maintain accountability for your actions. You wouldn't be sitting through this training if we didn't think you can live up to the program's expectations. Phew, that was a lot of material to cover. Thanks for sticking with us. You have completed Module 4 and have reached the next checkpoint. The purpose of this checkpoint is to test your understanding of how you will be activating your school and community to get involved in your role as a youth member. You must pass this checkpoint in order to move forward to the training project. Good luck!